Welcome to this breakout session. My name is Cheryl Smith. I am a member of the organizing committee for today's conference. I'm also a member of Black Lives Matter Miami Valley. I sincerely hope that you are enjoying this historic event. My purpose is to introduce our speaker. Our speaker, Kelly Burns, is the Executive Director of the Ohio Farm Bureau Foundation. Kelly will be speaking on the Ohio Farm Bureau, supporting and advancing Ohio's farm and food community through the Foundation's signature program, Explore Ag. Kelly will take questions at the end of her presentation, which you may submit to the chat. We will end promptly at 2:45. I encourage all of you to take advantage of the watering hole to continue your discussions and to network and dialogue with others. Our second session will begin at 3. Thank you. Kelly.
Thank you, Cheryl. All right, everybody. Well, welcome. Thank you for having me. As Cheryl mentioned, my name is Kelly Burns. I am the Executive Director of the Ohio Farm Bureau Foundation. I'm actually new to this role. I just started here in April in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, so I am very much used to a virtual event like this. So thank you for joining us. Even though we can't be together in person, I do hope that this will be informative and hopefully you'll get excited just as much as I have over the past few months about our programming. So what I'd like to do to start out, I want to share my screen again. And I thought what I would do to start is really talk about the Ohio Farm Bureau, who we are, what we do, just in case folks on the call today aren't familiar with our organization. Basically, the Ohio Farm Bureau is a grassroots membership organization. We work to support the state's food and farm community. So our mission is working together for Ohio farmers to advance agriculture and strengthen our communities. We're very much about connecting locally. So connecting advocates of local food through local community programs and events, and providing avenues to help strengthen the local food and farming community. We have different areas of interest in terms of policy through your county farm bureaus. Folks have the opportunity to discuss current issues that are impacting Ohio agriculture, food production, and your community as a whole. The Ohio Farm Bureau offers opportunities throughout the year to meet with public officials to help implement these ideas, and our staff also advocates on your behalf at the local, state, and national level. In terms of community, local farm bureaus, county farm bureaus, provide many ways for you to become involved locally. So members support projects such as community gardens, on-farm dinner fundraisers, farm tours, local food experiences, and more. County farm bureaus also host educational programs on topics such as taxes and oil and gas and other community issues. And we're a great organization to get involved in terms of networking and professional growth. We have many different groups. One example is our Young Ag Professionals, which really helps to support those young folks coming up and comers in the ag space as leaders. It's a great way to connect locally with Ohioans who share the same interests that you do, and to learn how we can become more effective advocates for issues that matter most to us. So I thought I'd start out with a quick 5-minute video. The Ohio Farm Bureau just celebrated its centennial anniversary. We were founded in 1919. And so last year, our communications team puts together this really wonderful piece. It's about 5 minutes with our leadership, our Executive Vice President, Mr. Adam Sharp, just explaining the history of the Ohio Farm Bureau and who we are and what we care so deeply about. So I want to turn it over really quickly so we can sit and watch this video to learn more just about Ohio Farm Bureau in general.
Meanwhile, grains were higher today with corn trade 2 to 3 cents higher with light buying action following the lead of soybeans. Soybean trade 7 to 9.
Ohio, For generations, Ohio has been known for its agriculture. It's a reputation that's been earned through hard work. It wasn't easy for previous generations, and it's not easy today. Agriculture has always been challenged by uncertainties, like unpredictable weather and fluctuating markets. But today, farmers have other challenges, like navigating increasingly complex regulations, consumer demand, and food chain expectations. To help build a better future, Ohio farmers turn to the same partner they've counted on in the past, the Ohio Farm Bureau. Agriculture is woven into the fabric of our state, and the Ohio Farm Bureau is the thread that connects our past and our future. I'm Adam Sharp, Executive Vice President of the Ohio Farm Bureau. In 2019, we celebrate our first 100 years. I'm proud of this organization. We have a great history. In 1919, World War I had just ended. The United States was a global leader in agricultural production. Our farmers produced more than the other top agricultural nations combined. In 1919, 30% of Americans still lived on farms. And in 1919, the Ohio Farm Bureau Federation was founded. Our founding farmers knew we needed to work together to expand education, marketing, legislative, social, and economic cooperation. It was a big job, but they believed Farm Bureau could get it done. Early on, we developed cooperatives to solve problems faced by our farm communities. From rural electrification to livestock marketing and insurance, the goal was simple: make life better and farming more profitable for Farm Bureau members. That meant listening to farmers. In those discussions, one issue rose to the top. Almost universally, farmers felt they were overpaying for car insurance. So in 1926, our members started the Farm Bureau Mutual Automobile Insurance Company. In 1955, that company became Nationwide. Today, Nationwide is one of the top insurance and financial services companies in the world, and it's the nation's #1 farm insurer. We maintain a close relationship rooted in our heritage, our shared vision, and values. Farming has changed over the past 100 years. For one thing, there are a lot fewer of us. Today, farmers account for less than 2% of the population. Yet productivity continues to climb. Fewer farmers are producing more food on less land with greater efficiency. This efficiency is the result of investments in research and technology, education, and sound government policy. These are all elements of our original mission, and they continue to be the focus of our work today. Our advocacy at the local, state, and national levels benefit Ohio farm families, and by extension, the consumers we serve. It also benefits the businesses we buy from and sell to. Farmers, their suppliers, and customers share common concerns and values. And together we make agriculture the most important industry in Ohio. The cornerstone of our organization has always been the County Farm Bureau. Each County Farm Bureau has their own board of trustees and volunteer leaders. These members lay the groundwork for local, state, and national policies. They bring together their diverse interests, set the policies, and work together to implement them. In this way, Farm Bureau sets the standard for grassroots involvement that validates our advocacy efforts. As Ohio Farm Bureau celebrates 100 years, we're still about solving problems for members. Issues such as farmland taxes, international trade, farm policy, energy development, property rights, water quality, and environmental stewardship are key issues that command our attention. Agriculture is vital to all of us. Farmers grow the food, fiber, and fuel that we all need. Agriculture is an economic engine, a steward of our environment, and the foundation of our communities. If you're a Farm Bureau member, thank you for your support. And if you're not yet a member, join us. Together, we can advance agriculture and strengthen our communities. At Ohio Farm Bureau, we're committed to helping agriculture grow and prosper for the next 100 years.
Great. Well, thank you. I hope that was helpful in learning more about the history of Ohio Farm Bureau and how we are set up. Our organization, of course, is made up, as you could see through that video, of individuals and, of course, businesses that believe in what farmers and the ag community does in providing food and resources and jobs for communities. I do want to echo what Adam mentioned in that video. If you are a Farm Bureau member, I want to thank you. If you're not yet, I would love to invite you to join us. Get involved at your local level through your local Farm Bureau and become a member. Just briefly, before we get into the meat of our presentation, I want to touch on our membership and our membership categories. We have 4 categories. Mainly, we have active members. If you're a farmer, landowner, or you're directly impacted by Ohio agriculture, you would be considered an active member. We also have membership for young ag professionals. So if you're of the age of 18 to 24 and just starting, but directly impacted by the health of Ohio's agriculture, you would fit into this group. And we also have a strong community membership presence. So anyone who's interested and supportive of local foods, protecting agriculture, and just preserving Ohio's farm heritage, this is where you would fit in. And then finally, many businesses across the state also join with group membership, where they're able to invest in their employees for individual memberships. I do have a quick quote that I saw on our website that really illustrates to me what Ohio Farm Bureau is all about. So I'd like to read that to you here. Quote, "I really like how Farm Bureau wants to help with all aspects of agriculture. There's a voice for the smallest farm out there to the largest farm. Farm Bureau supports organic, natural, conventional, niche farming, backyard farmers, and farmer market type farmers. There's a voice for everyone. When you break it down, we are all farmers just trying to raise a family and do our small part in feeding our community." And that's from one of our members from Preble County. Also, along with your membership, you do receive some benefits. So, of course, participating in that legislative process and good government. We also here, as you can see, have 2 publications that come out throughout the year, Our Ohio Magazine and Buckeye Farm News, where you can read on the latest policies, hear stories, highlights of different members throughout the entire state of Ohio. We also do landowner education, personal growth and development, connecting you with other ag professionals. And of course, stretching your budget. We do have a member saving program where members save on some nationwide insurance products, but also folks can take advantage of discounts such as with Ford or John Deere or Case IH tractors. So there's a lot that we do with our membership. And where I fit into the Ohio Farm Bureau is as the executive director of the foundation. So I started, as I mentioned earlier in the program, back in April. The Ohio Farm Bureau Foundation is the fundraising arm of the Ohio Farm Bureau Federation. So we are a separate 501c3 that's governed by a 16-member board that directly supports programming that the Farm Bureau Federation puts on, as well as other support for local organizations throughout the state. There's 2 staff members here in the foundation, myself, as well as Luke Houghton, who is our Director of Development. And so our main focus is raising money to help support programs such as our scholarships program and our grants program. The mission of our foundation is inspiring innovation and cultivating investment in Ohio's farm and food community. The Ohio Farm Bureau Foundation strongly believes that inspiring innovation through scholarship and grants will allow individuals to increase their knowledge of agriculture. They'll be able to share ideas and improve people's lives through a strong food and farm future. We, the Ohio Farm Bureau Foundation, want to be at the forefront. We want to lead the way to help attract and train the next generation of ag leaders, producers, scientists, and community leaders. There's a strong need to attract young people into careers in agriculture. There's been many there's a bunch of research out there. One in particular through the USDA projects a shortage nationally to fill these careers in agriculture. And so we believe that building awareness and educating will directly impact the security of food for our future. And just real quickly, here's some more stats for you. 40% of jobs in agriculture will go unfulfilled in the next 5 years. There's also perceptions out there that we're finding. According to a recent Land O'Lakes study, interest in careers in agriculture is pretty low, about 6% interest compared to about a 21% interest in terms of healthcare or technology fields. And when surveyed, only about 3% of college graduates have or would have considered a career in ag. So this is where the meat of our conversation today comes into play. So Explore Ag is a program that the Ohio Farm Bureau Foundation supports, and we hope that it will introduce students to the vast and diverse careers within food and agriculture industry. So we want to create a sustainable future. We want to create the workforce for the future of the ag industry that they so desperately need today by encouraging young people to think critically about food and farm industry and the issues associated with that. Explore Ag, hopefully, introduces students to various careers in science, engineering, and technology, those STEM fields. We want to engage them in actively pursuing career paths that can help them become a part of the sustainable future of agriculture. Explore Ag is open to students from varied backgrounds with diverse skills and interests and provides them with an opportunity to explore and understand available career paths within agriculture and food industries. Our goal is that our students' time in Explore Ag lead them to discover a passion that they may not have considered just yet. The Explore Ag program is funded through the foundation, through our Fisher Fund. Our Fisher Fund for Lifelong Learning was established to support educational projects and programs that build a greater awareness of food production and knowledge of the interconnected food system. And so Explore Ag is now our signature program, which started in 2018. We collaborate with Ohio State University's Extension Office to put on different camps throughout the year. What I want to do first is I want to highlight, we started in 2018 offering 2 one-week camps, but last year in 2019 was really the year that we took off. So I do want to highlight a little bit of that here today with you. So as I mentioned, Explore Ag is our signature program. It's a partnership with OSU Extension. Marissa Mulligan from OSU's Franklin Office Extension oversees the program from marketing to working with the students through the camp, organizing the camp, talking with high school guidance counselors. But this program is designed to offer week-long camps in the summer and also one-day experiences throughout the year that introduce students to these types of careers. Different subject areas that we focus on include food science, precision agriculture, animal science, natural resources, management skills, technology, and agricultural business. In addition to the classroom that they have during the camps, the one-day experiences really is their opportunity to have these hands-on experiences to get out there and try something new and to see firsthand what types of jobs are out there. This program, as I mentioned, is designed for high school age students, free of charge. That's part of what we support through the foundation. And it's basically an application process. So we open this up in early spring and invite students to apply and basically share a 1 to 3 minute video with us on a topic. And so last year's, I believe, was just tell us about one agriculture career and why it interests you. We want to see what the students are thinking and feeling, and that in turn will help us to design some of this curriculum. I do want to highlight that we've actually been nationally recognized by the American Farm Bureau with the New Horizon Award. So the New Horizon Award is given through American Farm Bureau to honor states that have innovative new programming. So we're really excited about this award, and we hope that moving forward we'll be able to continue that innovation. As I mentioned, I really wanted to highlight for you 2019's camps and one-day experiences, because it really does give you the big picture of how this all happens. So our Explore Ag camps are conducted in the summer between June and July. We have 4 one-week-long camps. So these start on a Sunday and end on a Thursday. Thursday evening is our graduation ceremony. And we really have partnered with 3 different host sites, or 3 different universities. So we started, of course, with The Ohio State University and their ATI Institute campus in Worcester. But then also last year, we were really proud to partner with Central State University to offer one of these week-long camps. Overall, last year, we had 85 attendees. Most were made up of rising 8th graders through sophomore year, which is actually exactly the group that we want to look at and kind of spur that interest in that discussion as they're moving forward and determining life after graduation. But we do also have some juniors and seniors who also participate in the program. In 2019, each one-week camp had between about 20 to 30 participants. And I will mention, which we'll touch on here later on in the program shortly, that for this year's camps, before we ended up having to cancel them because of COVID, we were excited that we had to cap them at 30 participants. So we can tell that, you know, we're doing better. We're having a lot more participation, and the word is getting out about this new program. Some of the numerous site visits that we had during these camps were to Select Sires, Coalescent, Certified Angus Beef, and Bob Evans Foods. So basically, students come to the site, so a university, so let's say Central State, they stay in the dorms, they wake up, they have breakfast together, and there's usually between 2 to 3 different site visits per day. There's networking opportunities with professionals, there's leadership development opportunities, and just coming together to learn more about what's out there in terms of careers in agriculture. This is a picture from one of our site visits to Bob Evans Foods. We visited a pork plant down in Xenia, and students had the opportunity, if they wanted, to see the whole process of making sausage and really seeing a processing plant and what that entails to get that food from the farm to your table. As I mentioned, we also have these one-day experiences. Last year, we were able to do 4 of them. And these are held mainly in the fall. So between October and November, we had these. We had over 400 attendees, which was fantastic. We visited, as you can see, different sites, which I'll kind of walk through a few of them here with you. One of those site visits was with the Ohio Electric Cooperative in Mount Gilead. We had about 30 participants this day, and some of the activities that they were able to do were bucket truck rides, which would be fun. You can kind of see that in that bottom left-hand corner photo. Students were able to build a cross-arm structure, and they were able to see drone demonstrations. And so Lauren Coleman, who participated, had this quote about this experience. I would without a doubt recommend this opportunity to other kids, because not only was it very informative to learn how electricity is distributed, but also super cool to get to do so many hands-on activities throughout the course of the day. Another site visit that we did was at the Ohio Department of Agriculture. We were able to tour the ODA campus and learn more about STEM careers that they had to offer. And so this is one of our flyers that Marissa develops and puts out to attract students to these one-day experiences. I will mention that they are typically on a Saturday, usually in the morning between 9 and noon or 10 to 2, where we take students to these sites and they get to network and listen to professionals about what exactly they do. But then also, of course, we feed them, which is always good for young students. We also went to the John Deere training facility in Plain City. This was one of our most popular events. We had 66 participants that day. And students explored many of the careers within John Deere, Ag Pro, and JD Tech while they were able to do some hands-on activities. They received an overview of John Deere and all of their careers. They toured the facility. And then they had activities, including working with the electric required for machinery, a live look at what the farmer experiences in a sprayer, and an observation of the technology required for automation in combines. So a lot of that STEM experience there. I also did want to share with you some of the feedback that we did receive from students, because these are the best testimonials, I feel, that really are a testament to the good work that we're doing. Explore Ag has helped me find and solidify my passion for food science. Before this camp, I knew I was interested in food science, but I was not aware of how passionate I was for this career. Explore Ag brought out my passion for issues like food waste, food insecurity, safety, and more. I will never forget what Explore Ag has given me, a lifelong passion for food science. Thank you so much to everyone who was involved in this camp for the experience of a lifetime. From Rachel. Another one from Zach says, Explore Ag is more than just a camp. It's awesome to get to see how broad agriculture is while having fun and making new friends. You end up learning a lot without it ever feeling like work. It's an awesome opportunity to have fun, gain new friends, make valuable connections, and maybe even find your lifelong career. And finally, from Jody, I would just like to say that Explore Ag Camp was such a great experience for any teenagers, whether you have an ag background or not, to explore all the many possibilities in agriculture. I loved going to Coalescence the most because it gave me insight into a field I had never even heard of before. This camp was overall a 10 out of 10, and I look forward to going back again. And finally, I do want to talk a little bit about our reach. So Marissa shared with me this map of Ohio, and I find it very interesting. So of course, the Franklin County Extension Office is there in Columbus in central Ohio. And you can kind of see through this map all the green and the red that's on there and really focus there on Franklin County. And this is what they're measuring in terms of participation with 4-H programs and other programming that they put on. But if you can see closely, there's a bunch of yellow dots on this map. And those dots are Explore Ag participants. And so I'm really proud of the work that Marissa has done to expand this and to really have participants come from every area of Ohio. We definitely have room to grow. We definitely want to build up this program, but through her good work with our Facebook and Instagram pages, a newsletter that she puts out, and what's been most successful for us is mailing directly to high school to the guidance counselors. They are one of the most influential people in young students' lives. And so mailing to them about this program to share what we're doing to really gain more interest has been extremely helpful for us. So I thought that was interesting. And as I mentioned before, with 2020 being an interesting year, we made the difficult decision to cancel this year's Explore Ag camps. We were set to have sessions, 2 week-long camps at Ohio State there in Columbus, one here at Central State University, and then one also at the Ohio State ATI campus in Worcester. Unfortunately, we had to work to sort of identify alternate methods in which we could provide this programming in new and virtual ways, as most of us have been adapting to. So what we focused on, Marissa focused mostly on career highlights. And so every week, June through August, she would highlight a different career. And then every Thursday, she would have a Facebook Live Q&A session at noon with an industry professional. So students could come on, ask questions, and really dive into what it is that professional does. And that had over 2,800 total views this summer. So we were really excited to at least get that kind of programming out. We also, through our partnership with Ohio Pork Council, were able to highlight careers in Ohio's pork industry for the month of July. So they helped to set up 5 different professionals for us for a Q&A series airing every Thursday there at noon. So I want to encourage all of you to visit exploreag.org. This is where we actually have some of those videos up, so you can see just how we're able to provide this programming in this unique way. We've also offered programming virtually for a site visit with John Deere, since that was a pretty popular one last year. We did that as well. And then through our partnership with 4-H, their special interest clubs, we're able to get students online programming to help them in many other ways. So we did a Career Ready, Money Ready virtual spin club this summer. So as you can see, we've been adapting, but we definitely look forward to next year when we hopefully are able to get back to hosting these 4-week-long events, these camps. And I know we are trying to increase the number of one-day experiences to be able to offer between 8 and 12 of those throughout the year. So we are growing. We are excited about this Explore Ag program and introducing the next generation of ag leaders to their future careers. So I do want to thank you for participating. I think we'll open it up now for questions, but please take down my information. Please follow up, ask questions, email me. I would love, if you're interested in becoming involved with the program, whether as a supporter or a connector, please email me at kburns@ofbf.org. So I think that is all. Do we have any questions in the chat feature? No?
I don't have any questions at present, but I'm going to invite everyone, if you have anything that you'd like to ask. Kelly, please feel free to put it in the chat at this time. I'd also like to just thank you, Kelly, for the information and the awareness of this program, which was something that I don't know of anybody else, but I wasn't aware of. This is extremely exciting, and giving an opportunity to help funnel young people into that direction is a very exciting and inspiring thing. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. And if any of you have children or grandchildren, friends of the family that you think would be interested, please, again, exploreag.org. We would love to have more students participate. We want to continue to grow this program to really reach every area of Ohio, whether it's from the rural suburbs to urban areas. We want students to come and learn about careers in agriculture so that they, could potentially go into those careers and help fulfill some of those jobs that will be available in the years to come.
Okay. Well, now I've got a question. Carol Brown wants to know, what does your outreach program look like from a community perspective? Do students come to you?
So students do. So through Marissa's work at OSU Extension there in the Franklin County office, she also works with other education officers throughout the state to push out this information locally. So that's one way, through peer-to-peer. And then, as I mentioned, through the high schools. I hope to, within the next year or so, work with all of our county farm bureaus and their leadership to also encourage their students and build more awareness of this program. The foundation has a very robust scholarship program that we're pretty proud of. Our counties do scholarships for local students, as well as here in the state office where I'm located in Columbus, we offer a lot of scholarships. And so if we're able to get students through Explore Ag and then through our scholarship program and through other programs that we offer here, we're really going to build a strong pipeline for the future.
Great. And this is a follow-up question from Carol. It's, how do you secure diversity if students come from less progressive backgrounds or limited income?
So we reach out, like I said, to all high schools throughout the state of Ohio. That is a question I really don't know the specifics of. I would have to work with Marissa to get back to you on a specific answer and how she targets those specific areas. But, you know, partnering with Central State and up at ATI has really, truly been helpful for us in this area.
So Amy Harper asked, do you reach out to schools in urban areas?
We absolutely do, yes. Did someone also need to have our links in the chat? Would that be helpful if I would share that with everybody?
I'm sure that would be helpful.
Great.
So if you could put that in there, Kelly, that would be great.
Wonderful. Any other questions? Well, again, I thank all of you. Those of you who are with us who are Farm Bureau members, thank you. Those who are not, I invite you, check out our website, osbf.org. Get involved at your local level, become a member, and really, you know, use a lot of the benefits that we have. And please send students our way. We are happy to have them participate, not only learning about these careers in agriculture, but really life skills. You know, coming to a college campus where they might not have the opportunity to do that before. Learning how to, you know, live on their own for a week. That's a big thing for young adults. So it's a real pleasure to have this program available to students.
Kelly, let me just reiterate something. If people have an interest in getting young people involved, do they have to go through the school system, or is there another way to get them connected with you?
Absolutely. You can visit our exploreag.org website and contact Marissa directly, or please feel free to email me directly, and I'd be happy to get that forwarded on to her. Marissa works really well with high school age students and really connects with them, and I think that's really how we've been able to grow this program. Traveling and talking with young students and working through that application process. And so I know she would be happy to have some information or contact information to reach out to students.
So there's a couple of more questions here, but we're like at the end of our time. So I'm going to recommend that people either go into the watering hole if you want to continue the discussion, and you have Kelly's contact information if you just want to email her and continue exploring this wonderful program that she's presented. So we'll end here, and again, we have a short break, and then we will be reconnecting at 3 p.m. for our second session. Thank you all.